Good win. You know, ultimately found a way to win at the end, made it close at the end as well. You know, offensively, got to finish the previous drive before the true 4-minute at the end. Defensively, got to get a stop at the end. But knew it was going to be a tough ball game. A lot of unknowns offensively going into it. Didn't know what the defensive structure was going to look like. You know, early in the football game, we targeted a couple of things wrong in the run game, and you know that hurt us a little bit. But thought potentially that could happen too because of the unknowns going into it. And then you know, found a way to make some things happen offensively in the middle part of the game, and you know, defensively, love the way we started in the second half. Fourth quarter, obviously, want to play a little bit better. Defensively, special teams were solid tonight, so it's a good win. I said it, you know, at the beginning of the week to you guys and our football team. It's a good football team. They're on the road at Ole Miss, one possession game. Obviously, Notre Dame game gets away from them in the middle of the second quarter, but thought it would probably be a 4-quarter game, and that's how we prepared. And love the competitive makeup. So open it up.
Questions, David?
Josh, along those lines, 3 SEC games, 3 one-possession games. Do you pretty much go into every league game at this point expecting?
Margins are small in this league. You're playing like talent every single week. A play here, a play there changes the way the game is played. You know, for us tonight, you know, we made it tougher than it needed to be at times. That's not taking anything away from them in all areas of the game. And then obviously, you know, when it's a 10-1 penalty differential, you know, you're changing the way the game's played too. So I guess we got to play a lot smarter.
Coach, your third down defense, you see a common denominator in some of the conversions they were able to hit?
Well, first of all, quarterback gets out of the pocket, makes some big plays in long yardage. You know, we're there at times to make the play, and, you know, he makes the play. And then a couple of them, we give them some things in our coverage, in particular in zone principles. We're not recognizing, you know, patterns and or bodies changing, who's 2, who's 3, and we can clean some of that up.
Yeah, Josh, you referenced the penalty discrepancy. Were you surprised that there were some calls that weren't made, and then there was that, I think you guys would call it for a snap infraction, what it looked like maybe it was offsides? What was an explanation you got there?
Yeah, I can't speak to the explanation that I got. Our fans can watch it and judge for themselves what they thought.
Adam?
Yep. When Deshaun goes down, first off, what's the update on Deshaun if there is one? And second, what is the value of having a Peyton Lewis that could come in and do what he did in the fourth quarter?
Yeah, you guys have heard me say it. I don't care where you're at, how much you've played. Man, you get into this stretch inside the SEC, next guy is going to be called upon, and, you know, those running backs have all played well throughout the course of it, and huge run there by Peyton, you know, really down the stretch in late third and fourth quarter. He played really well. Said it to the team, you know, we were just talking about the game afterwards. Jaden Perlotti, right? Huge play in the football game. He's a part of it. You don't know when your time's coming. You better get prepared, and you know, proud of those guys that were prepared for their moment tonight.
Deshaun, any update?
I don't think it's a long-term deal here at all.
Paige?
Building off of the touchdown by Peyton Lewis, what did you see early in that fourth quarter after Joshua Josephs got the quarterback hurry and it's the fumble recovery, and then the offense finally complements the defensive stop, and it's with Peyton Lewis? How important was that early fourth quarter touchdown?
You know, multiple turnovers that we don't maximize the opportunity. You know, defense creating field position, you know, happened in the first quarter too, and so ultimately, if we can get all 3 phases playing together, we got a chance to be really good.
Wes, then Patrick.
Josh, the margins in the SEC have always been kind of fine. They're kind of in small things, but some of the results this season, just week to week, when you're studying these teams, you're watching this, is it about as jumbled as it's been?
It is, but I think the structure inside of college football and this league being at the top of the food chain, like nobody's got glaring holes. You know, everybody's got enough depth to. Somebody goes down, there's another guy in. You know, there might be slight differences, but it's different in that way. Everybody's able to patch their roster.
Coach, a couple guys on defense stepped up for you tonight. Jordan Ross made a couple plays, had a couple of fumbles, and then David Hobbs, his first game back, he impacts the game. What do you think about those guys' impact?
David just felt like he was going to play really well. He's come back. Our medical team, strength team, and him did a great job getting prepared for when he was going to be cleared. Played well tonight. Jordan Ross played extremely well off of the edge, changed the football game, and we got great trust in him. His best is still in front of him. I'm really excited about what he did tonight and his continued growth.
Josh, you ended up sacking Taylor Green 5 times. Were you pleased with the pressure you put on him, or was there sometimes a mixed bag when he escaped the pocket?
Yeah, I mean, it's always going to be, you play a guy that athletic, as you're pushing the pocket, you can feel when you're getting in a vulnerable spot too, where you're creating a lane for him to get out. So it's always a combination of both. There were a couple of times where he escaped outside the back side of the pocket where we should be on the top shoulder. And we got to go make those plays. But he's a good player, too.
Joey Aguilar took some really tough hits tonight, especially towards the end. How important was it to see him come out there and get into victory formation?
Yeah. 4-minute loaded boxes, turn the numbers into our favor there at the end. Want him to get down once the play's over. He just knocked the wind out of himself. So in that way, it's positive, but I would like him not to take that hit at the very end.
Brazel's been off to such a good start this year. Were they doing things specifically to try to limit him, or was it just a situation where the balls didn't come his way sometimes?
A little bit didn't come his way because of the coverage. Missed deep one early in the football game too, and one in the red zone on back shoulder throw where we're not able to come down with it between quarterback and wide receiver. I felt like early in some ways we were just a little bit off. But there were a lot of unknowns too coming into this one, what you were going to see and how to attack it.
Finish with Jimmy and Eric.
Josh, were there more unknowns with Arkansas's defense or offense?
I think more unknown with their defense just because of, changing coordinator. And Chris has done a good job throughout his career. And, you didn't know what type of structure was going to show up. It's a little bit different beginning in the third quarter and at certain parts in the first half, too.
Josh, do you have an update, if any, on Braylon Staley? And then how confident are you guys to go with 12 personnel and Jack Van Dorselaer?
Yeah. Another young guy that has continued to grow and prove that he's ready to play. He went out and executed at a really high level tonight. You saw the way he impacted the game a couple of weeks ago too, and so continued growth from all these guys. Braylon celebrating, having fun in the locker room, so I anticipate him being ready to go.
All right, we'll have 2 rotations.